Have you ever lost something important, not because someone took it from you, but because you showed it to the wrong people too early? Sometimes we think sharing our dreams will make them stronger. We think people will support us, motivate us, and push us forward. But the truth is, some dreams are like a small flame. Before they become a big fire, they need protection. Because if you expose them too soon, one careless moment can destroy everything. My name is Wally, and today's story is about a young rabbit named Revo who learned a painful lesson about why some plans should stay silent until they become reality. Deep inside a peaceful forest, there was a valley where many rabbits lived. Among them was a young rabbit named Revo. Revo was not the strongest rabbit. He was not the fastest, and he was not the most respected. Many rabbits saw him as someone who only dreamed but never achieved anything. Every day, the other rabbits competed with each other. They raced across the fields. They collected food. They showed everyone their skills. But Revo was different. He spent most of his time observing the forest. He noticed something that others ignored. Every year, when the heavy storms came, the small rabbits suffered the most. The rain destroyed their homes. The strong winds broke their shelters. Many animals had to leave their homes in search for safety. Revo thought about this problem for many nights. Then one day, he made a decision. He wanted to build something that no rabbit had ever built before. A secret shelter deep inside the hill. A place where animals could stay safe during storms. A strong home with hidden paths, dry food storage, and safe rooms. It was a huge plan, and Revo knew it would take months, but he believed it was possible. The next morning, he started working. He collected strong branches. He searched for hard stones. He slowly dug into the hill. Every day after sunset, while everyone else rested, Revo continued working. At first, everything was going well, but Revo had one weakness. He loved telling people about his dream. Whenever another rabbit asked, "What are you doing these days?" Revo smiled proudly. "I am building something amazing." "What?" "A shelter that will change this forest." The rabbits became curious. Some admired him, some doubted him, but Revo enjoyed their attention. He started explaining every detail. "I found the perfect place. The entrance is behind the old trees. I am creating 3 rooms inside. I already know how I will protect it from rain." The more he talked, the more excited he became. He felt like he was already successful. One day, an old rabbit named Elan heard Revo sharing his plans. Elan was old and experienced. He quietly listened. Then he said, "Revo, can I tell you something?" Revo smiled. "Of course." Elan looked at him seriously. "Why are you telling everyone about something that is not finished?" Revo looked confused. "Because I want people to know what I am creating," Elan replied. "People don't need to know what you are creating. They need to see what you created." Nilo laughed. "Everyone will be impressed when they hear my plan." Elan shook his head. "Maybe. But remember, an unfinished dream is weak. Anyone can damage it." Revo heard his words, but he ignored them. He thought Elan was just being negative. He continued talking. Soon, the whole forest knew about Revo's shelter. Everyone knew his location. Everyone knew his progress. Everyone knew his deadline. And Revo felt proud. He walked around thinking, "When I finish this, everyone will finally respect me." But he did not know that someone else was listening too. There was a deer named Darrow who lived near the edge of the forest. Darrow was clever but selfish. He heard about Revo's shelter and became interested. A hidden shelter, a safe place, a place where food could be stored. Darrow thought, "If this place is real, it could become useful for me." One night while Revo was sleeping, Darrow entered the area. He found the unfinished shelter easily, because Revo had told everyone exactly where it was. Darrow walked inside. He saw the stored materials, the collected food, the careful work of many weeks, and he smiled. The next morning, Revo arrived. But something was wrong. The entrance looked damaged. Some of the branches were broken. Some of his food was missing. The walls he created were destroyed. Revo stood there silently. His heart started beating faster. He entered the shelter. Everything he worked for was damaged. He looked around in shock. Then he saw footprints. Someone had been there. Revo followed them and found Darrow nearby. He asked, "Why did you do this?" Darrow looked at him. "You made it easy." "What do you mean?" Darrow replied. "You told everyone your plan. You showed everyone your work. You thought your words would protect you." Revo became silent. Those words hurt because they were true. Darrow walked away, and Revo returned to his broken shelter. That night, he did not sleep. He sat beside the hill and looked at his unfinished dream. He remembered every time he talked about it, every time he wanted praise, every time he wanted people to see his future before it existed. And he realized something painful. His biggest enemy was not Darrow. His biggest mistake was his own excitement. He had given away information that should have been protected. The next morning, Revo started repairing everything. But things were different now. The storm season was close. The sky became darker every day. The wind became stronger. Revo worked harder than ever, but the damage had already taken away too much time. He worked until his paws hurt. He worked until he was exhausted. But some losses cannot be repaired with effort. Finally, the storm arrived. The forest became covered in heavy rain. The wind destroyed many weak homes. Animals ran toward safe places. Some reached strong shelters. But Revo's shelter was not ready. The walls were incomplete. The rooms were unfinished. The dream he once proudly announced to everyone was now unable to protect anyone. Revo stood inside his half-built shelter while rain entered from the broken roof. He watched the water destroy the work he had spent months creating. At that moment, he felt something worse than failure, regret, because he knew the truth. He had enough time, he had enough ability, but he wasted his focus by talking too much. After the storm ended, Revo sat alone. Ilan came and sat beside him. For a long time, neither of them spoke. Then Revo said, "I understand now." Ilan looked at him. "I thought sharing my dream would make it bigger." He looked at the broken shelter. "But I only made it easier for others to damage." Ilan replied softly, "Some things grow better in silence." Revo lowered his head. "I wish I listened earlier." Ilan said, "That is the hardest lesson. Sometimes we understand the truth only after losing something." The forest slowly recovered. The animals rebuilt their homes. Life continued. But Revo was never the same. He still built things. He still worked hard. But he stopped announcing his plans. Whenever he had a new idea, he kept it inside until it became real. Many years later, young rabbits asked him, "Revo, why are you so quiet about your goals?" And he always answered, "Because a dream needs roots before it needs attention." Revo became wiser, but one thing never left him: the memory of that storm, the memory of his unfinished shelter, the memory of the moment when he realized his own words had weakened his dream. His story became a lesson for the whole forest, not because he built the greatest shelter, but because he made a mistake that many people make. We often want people to know what we are going to become. We want their approval. We want their praise.